Good day, everyone. Today, we are given another chance to embark on a new learning journey, and that learning journey starts now. As you can see, I have prepared here a set of questions that is supposed to serve as the motivation for today's discussion. However, due to the unseen circumstances, we are opted to do a video discussion where even your presence or your virtual presence is not felt. Nonetheless, we need to continue this lesson. So I hope you would still take a moment to think and reflect on these questions, as these questions will be very helpful as we delve deeper into today's discussion. So, without further ado, let us proceed to the discussion proper. Our topic for today is all about Module 22 Human Environmental Factors Affecting Motivation. Before I forgot, I am Lauren G. Legaspe together with my partner, Ms. Erica Torcendi, and we will be your demonstrators for today. Here are our learning objectives for today's discussion. I know that we can still achieve these learning objectives as long as you guys will stay tuned until the end of this discussion and, of course, listen to it attentively. For the introduction, if environment is defined as the sum total of one's surroundings, then environmental factors that affect students' motivation include human as well as non-human factors. The immediate human factors that surround the learner are the teachers, the other students are what we call classmates, and his or her parents. As we deepen our discussion or we delve deeper into today's discussion, you will know how does the teacher or in what ways does the teacher, the other learners are commonly called as classmates, and even the parents of the learner can affect the motivation of the learner towards the learning process. Teacher's affective traits emphasizes his or her affective characteristics or social and emotional behaviors more than pedagogical practice. The teacher's affective traits is proposed by James H. Strong. According to his proposal, he listed seven affective traits of the teachers, which includes number one, caring, number two, fairness and respect, number three, social interaction with students, number four, enthusiasm and motivation, number five, attitudes toward the learning profession, number six, positive expectation of students manifested in, and number seven, reflective practice. One by one, as we delve deeper into discussion, we will discuss the seven characteristics one by one. So the first among the seven characteristic is caring. Caring is Caring means sympathetic listening to students, not only about life inside the classroom, but more about students' lives in general. So, as a future educator or a future teacher, when we are handling our students, it is not just our job to teach them about the daily lessons that is in our lesson plan, but of course, it is our task or part of our job to teach them lifelong lessons that is applicable in the real life situation. It is also somehow included to listen to what is our students or what does our student likes to eat, what color does they don't like, something like that. And of course, it is one of our job to understand and answer to their questions, queries, and concerns. So next is fairness and respect, treating students as people. So this characteristics of a teacher is, I think, is not just applicable to the teachers, because in any profession needs to apply these characteristics. So what is fairness and respect in terms of being a teacher? So In being a teacher, fairness and respect means you will avoid ridiculing or using ridiculed word towards your students. It also emphasizes that you will not practice discrimination in terms of their gender, race, or ethnic backgrounds. So, third characteristics is social interaction with the students, consistently behaving in a friendly, personal manner while maintaining a professional distance with the students. So, this simply means that when you interact with your students, you would still put boundaries to that interaction. Not because that you are friendly with them, you play with them, you talk to them, you give advices to them, doesn't mean that when you are inside the learning environment, you they will bring that attitude towards them, that they treat you as your friend only. Inside the learning environment, there should be a clear boundary on who is the teacher and who is the learner. In that way, both you and your student can practice respect to one another. Next is enthusiasm and motivation, encouraging students to be responsible for their own learning. But how can you encourage your student to be motivated? How can you give them energy to be enthusiastic? Well, you can do that by giving them um, simple to hard task. For example, a simple task, um, organize your classroom, organize the learning environment, and a little harder task, which is setting high standards in terms of their performance task, their projects, so that will teach the learners to be responsible for their own learning. Number five is attitudes toward teaching profession. Having dual commitment to personal learning and students' learning, anchored in the belief that all students can learn. So, how, as a teacher, how can you do that? Well, you can do that by helping your students succeed using different instructions. For example, you have given your students a task and a specific instruction, but one of your students simply didn't just get that instruction. Well, you as a teacher, you wouldn't just stop there. You would find ways for your students to succeed in understanding that instruction, and it will lead them to answer the activity peacefully and smoothly. So that is one effective traits of a teacher that should possess, that can highly motivate his or her learner. So the second to the last um, character attitude or characteristics of a teacher is positive expectation of student, manifested in striving to make all students feel competent. So how can you do that? You can do that by simply motivating your students, telling them that you can do this, you are capable of doing that, instead of downgrading them, that using the harsh words such as like in Bisaya, bulok ra kay ka, dili ka kahimo na. We should avoid that as a teacher. We should not do that to our learners. Instead, we will keep on motivating them, telling them nice, good words that can help them truly understand and progress. Last is reflective practice, reviewing and thinking on her or his teaching process. Also, as a teacher, it is our job to reflect on how or what on our ways of teaching. How can we do that? We can do that by listening to the other teachers' experiences. We can gain knowledge from those experiences, reflect if we are doing the same or we experience the same mistake, and apply those mistakes to avoid them. So again, those are the seven effective traits or characteristics of a teacher proposed by James H. Strong. So in the 21st century, we all know that technology has risen up in almost everything that we do, right? Um, from our household chores, and other people said that teaching can be replaced by AI, but I strongly disagree because AI doesn't have these traits or characteristics of a teacher. Once the AI can possess the feelings, then maybe I would agree with their statement. But as of now, I strongly disagree with that statement. So for the next discussion, I will give you to my partner, Erica May Torsende.
So, classmates, bullying, and the need to belong. So, students from part of the human environment of the learner, in fact, they outnumber the teachers in the learning environment. So, the need of belong is basic human needs. So, students who are accepted by teachers and classmates feel they belong to the class. So, students who feel they are part of the class look forward to attending and participating in class. So, a strong sense of belongingness can positively impact motivation in school. So when students feel connected to their school community, they are more likely to engage in learning, participating in activities, and develop a sense of purpose. So this emotional connection can enhance overall well-being and foster a supportive environment, contributing to increased motivation and academic success. So, for example, a student who actively participates in school clubs, forms friendships with peers and teachers, and feels accepted within the academic community is likely to be more motivated. So, this sense of belonging provides emotional support and making the learning environment more enjoyable and encouraging the student to invest effort in their studies, ultimately contributing to a positive academic experiences. So next slide, please. So furthermore, a sense of belongingness enhances students' learning and performance. So the prevalence of bullying, however, obstruct the creation of a learning community where everyone feel that they belong. With bullying in schools, the learning environment cannot be safe. Then, by all means, bullying should be eliminated in school. So bullying takes several forms. It can be mild, it can be intense or deeply seated and highly violent. So today, safety in schools is being raised all over the world. So um, bullying can significantly impact a person's motivation to attend school. So constant bullying can relate and create a hostile environment, so leading to feelings of fear, anxiety, and isolation. So this emotional distress often hinders a student's ability to concentrate on academics and can result in a decline in motivation to attend school or engage in learning activities. So the fear of being bullied may lead to a negative association with the school environment, so affecting overall academic performance and enthusiasm for education. So, for example, a student who is consistently being bullied by his or her classmates. So he or she may develop a fear of going to school. So the anticipation of facing bullies can cause heightened stress and anxiety, so making it difficult for the student to focus on studies. Consequently, their motivation to attend classes, participate in school activities, and excel academically may decline as they associate the school environment with negative experiences and emotional distress. Next slide, please. So, parents as part of the learning human environment. So parents who are supportive of their children's learning are observed to do the following. So first is a follow-up status of their children's performance. supervise their children in their homework or project, check their children's notebooks, review their children's corrected seat works and test papers, attend for parents, teachers, and community association or PTCA, are willing to spend on children's projects and to get involved in school activities, and participate actively in school community project, confer with their children's teachers when necessary, are aware of their children's activity in school, meet the friends of their children, and lastly, invite their children's friends at house. So supported parents do this thing, and also it can positively impact students' motivation by offering encouragement, celebrating achievements, and providing a nurturing environment. So when students feel supported, they are more likely to develop a strong sense of self-worth, leading to increased motivation to succeed academically and pursue their goals, regular communication, involvement in their academic journey, and also fostering a growth mindset contribute to a positive influence on a student's motivation. And that's all for my part, Miss Legaspe.
So for the conclusion about the Module 22, which is human environmental factors that affect the learner's motivation, we have here the interaction between the learner and the teacher, among the learners and among the learner, teacher and parents, teachers and parents affects the learner's motivation. Whether the climate that comes as byproduct of the interactions nurtures or obstruct learning depends on the quality of this interaction. Well, we should bear in mind that the teachers, the classmates or the other learners, and as well as parents are the first one to be responsible when the learner feels unmotivated or the learners feel motivated. It is because these mentioned people or group of people are the ones that is the one that are first to have interaction with the learners. As long as we the teachers or we as classmates or even we as future parents, as long as we keep on encouraging and motivating our learners, then we can produce learners that are joyous and motivated on what they are learning. Thus, once the students are motivated with what they are learning, then surely they can really learn something from it because they are doing it by heart, because once again they are motivated. So that would be all about module 22, and I hope you continue to be motivated and continue to learn. So thank you.